Well, hello, Jenny. This is what I've come up with. I found a hose clamp. You see it's like a Speedo kind of big thumb twister. But I also have on the other side, because it wasn't able to find one big enough. So it's a regular hose clamp on one side, and if you're going to carry a bicycle kit, you'll probably carry a screwdriver anyway. But what I did is simply take two pieces of metal. You could use a co-hanger for this. And I bent them to fit the can. A little, actually, if you notice, it's just a little smaller than the actual size of the can. And there's no measurements here. And when I was playing with the Sterno, the sweet spot on the heat seemed to be about 3/4 of an inch high. This is a brand new can. And I guess this altogether probably weighs 10.5 ounces right now as a whole setup. But like I said, I got this here. Just hold them on there, clamp it with this, or if you could find a regular hose clamp, use that. So I'm going to open this can. I'm going to go ahead and clip onto the tripod here. And I'm going to open this can. Just like the videos, it's a brand new can. I'm going to light it. Yep, I think, yep, we're lit. I'm going to give it a second. Let me get back in the full frame here. I've got exactly 16 ounces of water here. I'm going to put that on there. Back the camera up just a little bit. There. Now, we got a little bit of a breeze, so I'm going to go ahead and put a heat shield on it. Alright. Now it's all set up. I'm going to start my timer. And I'm going to go ahead, as you suggested the other day, put a lid on it. There we go. Like I said, you could take two co-hangers and do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here and come back to it in about 5 minutes. I'm going to check it at 5, 10, and 15 minutes and see if this does any better. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and open this back up. I'm going to lower down the cam so you can see down here. You see how it's sitting right on top of there, no problem. And we'll back off again. We'll put the heat shield back around it. There we go, just like that. That's about the lightest I think I've seen I can go with this. Alright, so I'm going to come back in about 5 minutes and see how she goes. Alright, be back with you in about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, it's now 5:25 minutes into this. As you see, let me get it down there a little bit. And this is when the Solo Max started boiling at 5:25, and it's not doing anything here. It's lukewarm. I'm gonna put the top back on it. All right, we're gonna be back with you in a minute or two. We're going to do this again at 10. Alright, hello again, Jenny. We're now at, let me go ahead and zoom in on this a little bit. We're now at the 10-minute mark. There, let's see there. We're at the 10-minute mark. It's a little warmer. Put the lid back on. I can feel the heat coming off of it, so I know it's still cooking and heating. So we'll be back in a few more minutes. We're going to give this about a 25-minute test, and we'll keep after it. And you see I got the heat shield on it, trying to keep the heat running up, and I don't know what else to do here. So we'll give this a little bit longer. Be back with you again in a few minutes. Okay, we're now over 15 minutes into this test. The top's a little hotter. There's a little bit of steam. And let me zoom down in there. There are actually a few bubbles down in there at the 10-minute mark. I guess you can see that. Not a lot, but it's a little bit of steam. So we'll come back in a few minutes and see how it goes. Alright, this is the last time I'm going to do this one here. We're at 23 minutes. We got a boil going just like they show on YouTube, but it took 23 minutes to get it, and a little bit of figuring out. Keep in mind now, at 22 minutes, the water set outside in the air with me while I set up the camera and everything. It's currently 84 degrees, so the water was probably 70, 75 degrees when we done this test. And if you just happen to be somewhere slightly north, and the air temperature is 40 and the water temperature is 40, this test is really going to take a long time to do. You might as well double your time on this. But it took 23.5 minutes to get it to the boil. Not a big super rolling boil, but a boil. So Sterno does do it. This was what, third time I had to do it to get there. Now that I've taken the top off, it's almost coming back off the boil. But it will do it. Okay. So, just so you understand it about the temperature, it's 85 degrees here. The water temperature that I used was pretty close to 75 degrees. If it had been a 40 degree day, 40 degree water temperature, this would have took a lot longer to accomplish. In the same 23 minutes, I could have prepared 4 meals with my Solo Max stove. So, just, you know, trying to convince you otherwise on this. This would be a good thing if you want to simmer something while you're setting up your tent. But as a main way of eating and surviving, I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't. Go to Solo Max or one of the other little Dragonfly stoves, you know, easy to operate. Go that route. It'll be much easier. Alright, see you later.